go. 2024 Bowman Chrome Baseball full hobby case. Pick your team break number 4. Thanks for hopping in. Everything ships. More Bowman Chrome Hobby and HTA on the website, fellas. I'd love to get an HTA filled up today. HTA's been moving a lot slower than the hobbies here, even though that first HTA case we had was awesome. Awesome. The hobbies have definitely been moving faster, so take a look at that HTA. Shit. I'm pretty sure we got a red refractor. Hopefully that one parallel, whatever it is, isn't messing with me right now, but I'm pretty sure it's a red in this stack here. Let's just go right to it so we can figure it the hell out. Come on, boys. Here we go. 2024 Bowman Chrome Hobby, case break number 4. We will do a dice roll random for all of the International Impact cards that have 2 different teams on them at the end of the break. Caminero, my first Bowman. First autograph, going to go to the Tigers and Josh. Montgomery red, 2 out of 5. The last team taken in the break. The White Sox. Colson Montgomery red refractor, 2 out of 5. Sweet. Last team claimed in the break. First mini box. Red refractor. Shimmer. Riley Green to 299 Tigers. Francisco to 150 for the Giants. Sean T. Yamamoto. Gunnar Henderson. Gold. My first Bowman gold for the Orioles. Let's go. I think that's our first numbered, my first Bowman. My first Bowman 5 out of 50. Orioles. Justin E. with the Orioles. She's a little dusty. Pretty sweet. Like I said, our first numbered, my first Bowman. Yeah, pretty good start. Put a baseball game in the background here. I think there's still a couple going on, right? Oh, perfect. That would be cool. Angels gold, 38 out of 50. Purple autograph, Calderon, 245 out of 250 for the Phillies. Nice. Frank with those Phillies. Purple auto. Gunnar Henderson, refractor, 499. Yamamoto to 100. Nice. Dodgers. See it, something orange back there. Is it orange auto? Yes, sir. Orange shimmer auto for the Mariners. Jeter Martinez, 5 out of 25. Orange shim. DA with the Mariners. There you go, David. Wow, another red. 1 out of 10. Red shimmer. Harry Ford, Seattle. Wow, J-Rod with a massive 3-run home run to put the Mariners in the lead. 1 out of 10, Harry Ford. Red Shim, baby. Right as J-Rod just hit a 3-run home run to put the Mariners up on top of the Rangers in the bottom of the 8th, too. Mariners hit. Let's go, boys. Hey! Mariners mini box. Wow. Did you guys hear that? Second player ever to have 75 home runs, 75 stolen bases within his first 3 years in the league. Second player ever to do it, J-Rod. Wire was the first. Arias base auto for the Phillies. Morales to 125 for the Athletics. Caminero. Bowman Ascension, Spencer Jones for the Yankees. Red. Oh my gosh. Yankees. Aaron. 3 reds in 3 boxes, my friends. 3 reds in 3 boxes. A base red, a red shimmer, and now a red insert. Bowman Ascensions, Spencer Jones. 4 out of 5 red refractor. 3 reds, 3 boxes. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. LED of the Cruz, my first Bowman. De Leon, 299 Speckle Auto for the D-backs. Guerrero to 299 Blue Jays. Gold Shimmer, Aiden Miller, 46 out of 50. Phillies getting some stuff early here. Gold Shim. Alex. Lynn, mini diamond auto for the Reds, numbered to 100. Cabbage, Astros rookie, 499 refractor. Gladiators of the Diamond, SP insert, Yamamoto and the Dodgers. Killing it right off the bat, baby. Campbell for the Tigers, base auto. What was it on? Baseball parlay? Seattle yellow to 75. Base shimmer. Nice. I don't particularly like Kansas State. I think they're a good football team this year. I was on them today against Arizona. I think they're a pretty good football team this year. But yeah, I mean, I don't particularly like them. I did like them in the Arizona matchup. reasonable thing to do there, Josh. Or you double down and buy him out and now I'm just playing. Rodriguez for the Angels. Bo Sox, $4.99 refractor. Casas. Marte for the Reds, $2.99. Refractor autograph, Manzardo, rookie for the Cleveland Guardians, $4.99. That's how it usually works, huh? Number to 150 here, Garcia, Lubob. This is Rangers and White Sox, so this will be added to the random with all the other inserts that we got to do here for the International Impact multi-team inserts. Base Shimmer, Serbanowski for the Reds. Well, that was pretty awesome there. Is there any other baseball games on now? No. There's nothing on. Darn it. Was like yesterday or the day before I did like a whole I broke down like every game on the live stream while we were a little bit slow with breaks, but off the top of my head here, I like Texas was it started off minus 34.5, it bumped to minus 35.5. I'd probably buy the point and get it at minus 34.5, just to play it safe. But Texas all over UTSA. I like Ole Miss all over Wake Forest. That line's come down. It started out at minus 23.5. I think it's down to minus 21.5 now. I'm obviously biased on West Virginia beating Pitt in the backyard brawl at 3:30 tomorrow. That one started off at West Virginia minus 2.5. Now it's at West Virginia minus 1.5. What are some other ones that I like? I like it. I don't absolutely love it, but I do like it. Alabama minus 16 against Wisconsin. They both come in undefeated. Thing with Wisconsin is they cannot score very many points. I think their offense is trash. And without looking at the whole board, I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. There was one, whenever I was talking through the college football slate, I was talking through it with my OI in here, and there was one that I ended up like talking myself into really liking. I need to look at the slate again to see which one that was, because I didn't bet on it, but I want to. Yeah, I forget who it was. We were like talking about it, and then I like talked myself into really liking it. Baylor to 4.99 refractor. Alabama minus 16.5 now. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think obviously Alabama had difficulty with, who was it? South Florida. I think they had difficulty with South Florida last year too. Wisconsin's 2-0. They're at Wisconsin, but I just feel like just Wisconsin's offense is terrible. Rojas for the Phillies to 4.99 refractor. Hey, Yamamoto The freaky deaky Dodgers getting a bunch of good stuff. Wow, this is my favorite Garbage Pail Kids one yet. Look at that. Dodging Yamamoto. Wow, that's my favorite one we pulled yet. Russell with the Dodgers, baby. Let's get it again. Or no, let's go with this one. Let's get some big time autos. Zayas for the Mets base. Yeah, who's Missouri facing? It's Missouri versus who? Yeah, tell me who you like, and I'll tell you if I like it too. I mean, obviously, I'm no expert, so whatever you want to do what you want to do. But yeah, that one's a weird one. I think Boston College probably shouldn't be ranked. It's a ranked matchup. What is Missouri like? They're like number 6, right? They're like number 6. Boston College is like 20. I don't think Boston College should be ranked. I think they got bumped because they beat Florida State, but we all know that Florida State's trash. That's the one, I think. Look up who's Florida State facing, Alex. Put that in the chat. Put the line for Florida State. I think that was the one I talked myself into. So Georgia Tech beats Florida State. They put Georgia Tech in the rankings. Georgia Tech loses. Boston College beats Georgia Tech. They put Boston College in the rankings. I think Florida State, a win against Florida State this year means absolutely nothing. They're trash. So I think Boston College, it's a ranked matchup, but I don't think Boston College should be ranked. And I like Boston College. I like that Castellanos quarterback. I like their running back. But yeah, I'd probably lean Missouri there. I'd probably buy a point to get it at minus 13.5 though. I think Florida State's minus 6.5 against like Memphis or something. I think it's Florida State versus Memphis, and it's Florida State minus 6.5. And I was talking myself into that one because Florida State is trash. Memphis is one of those teams that people are talking about that could get into the playoff. But I just think Florida State's 2-0. There's no way they are 0-2. There's no way they lose a third game in a row in my book against a smaller school, Memphis. I think Florida State is trash, but I don't think they're that trash. I don't think they're trashy enough where they go 0-3 and lose against Memphis. I feel like they win. If they win by a touchdown seems pretty reasonable. If it was like Florida State minus 17.5 or something, I would say hell no. But yeah, Florida State minus 6.5 against, I think it's Memphis. I really like that one. I started really talking myself into that one whenever we were going through the college football slate. Trey Turner to $4.99. Base autograph for the Mets. It's just like, it's really hard for me to think that Florida State, again, they're trash. Absolutely hate them. But it's hard to think that Florida State's going to start the season off 0-3 and lose to Georgia Tech, which anybody could lose to Georgia Tech in a moment's notice. They lose to Boston College. It's because they stink. But do they really lose to Memphis? I think they're at home, too. They lose to Memphis home. Are they at home? Ricardo, Gavin Williams to 100 Guardians. It's hard for me to believe that they would lose to Memphis at home. So if they win, they just got to win by one touchdown. I mean, win the game by a touchdown doesn't seem that crazy. I do like that one. refractor auto for the Astros to 499. Thought I saw something on this. Freeman to 299. Thought I saw a black shimmer. Guess not. Yeah, the LSU and the South Carolina matchup, it's a pretty interesting one. I'm going to stay away from it. Anytime I bet LSU, they absolutely shit the bed. And then I think, what was it, last year, first game of the season, they lost, and then they ended up tearing it up. And so the first game of the season, they lost. I had them. They lose. I get mad. I think they're absolutely trash after they lose that first game. So then next game, I took the other team. They spanked them. And ever since then, I've been like, you just never know what that LSU team is going to do. So I've just been staying away from those. But yeah, I don't know. That one's like, I just would rather stay away. I feel like you got better opportunity to hit on a different game. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that one. If I had to lean one way, I don't even know, to be honest. I go back and forth. I look at that one, and every time I look at it, I could go either way. And then that tells me I'm just going to not do it. Yeah, Miami puts up a lot of points. That could be a situation where that's not even close to the amount of points it needs to be. You know, they could win that game by 60. Miami's an awesome team this year. Cam Ward's amazing. I like that one. I don't love it though. That Ball State, I forget something. There was something with Ball State. Whenever I was looking at that was like, I don't know who they beat off the top of my head without looking at all the applicable information, but I do like that one. That's definitely one of mine. But yeah, there was something that made me not go too crazy because, yeah, if anything, I would rather go, like I said, buy a point and go minus 34.5 Texas against UTSA. I don't even know who the Colts are playing. I spend most of my time on college football. I did in-game the Saints last week. They were already up by like 10 or something. I got a minus 17.5 or minus 16.5 on the Panthers. In-game the crap out of that one. Panthers were just stinking it up so bad. I was like, I hate to, be betting the Saints, but man, the Panthers look so bad. Guerrero to 250 purple auto for the Mets. You're getting some hits though, Josh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would take Texas. They were, like I said, it started off minus 34.5. Rivas to 150 Mets. Minus 34.5. Last I looked on FanDuel, it was minus 35.5. I'd buy a point to get it at minus 35 or minus 34.5. Yeah, if I was going to do any of them, that would be my pick. The Texas. I like, Sanchez to 50 for the Marlins. 29 out of 50 on a gold mini diamond. Plus 16.5. Dang. All right, Steelers. I can't even, to be honest with you, I can't even joke about anything like that. I mean, it's not like it's ever going to get back to anybody on my live stream here, but I can't even joke about anything like that. So I'm gonna stay clear of that. Bloss to 199. Rodriguez for the Mets to 150. True blue. I honestly think we're gonna put in work. I got the new defense rolling. We are facing one of the better teams in the conference. I would say they're probably maybe one step above, like, middle of the road. They're not the elite team. They're not typically a 4-4 team. They're typically like a 5 and or a 5-3 or 6-2 kind of team. Right now we're 1-3. So I think they're 3-1. I think they're 3-1 and we're 1-3. But I'm telling you, this new defense is going to rock them. I got a couple new plays in this week. We scrimmaged against the other division and we rocked them. And the kids is like, it was like a confidence momentum booster to end the week with that. Like the kids were going crazy. I don't know. I think we're going to be pretty good. But yeah, the Texas, like I said, I like Miami there. I really do. I think they could easily be a 50-0 sort of kind of game. But there was something I saw on Ball State that I was like, I don't know. I did take it though. I just like that Texas better though. I just think Texas is just an elite team. I think Miami's really good this year, but I think Texas is just super elite. They're just trying to like just steamroll everybody. They got big momentum after this Michigan game. I think UTSA doesn't stand a chance. I just think they're gonna just it's one of those 50-3 games, you know. Our football record for our football team, we're 1-3. We won our first game and then we dropped 3 in a row. Two of the games were one possession games we lost. So we won the first game. It was like 40-18, and really it was like 40-6. We gave up 12 points in the fourth quarter whenever we put in like our kindergarten kids. Then our next game we lost 27-26. We lost by 1 stinking point. The next game we did get our butts beat. It was like 38-8. We got our butts whooped. And then the last week's game on Sunday, we lost 30-26, so we lost by 4 points, another one possession game. So we're 1-6, but we could easily be, or 1-3, but we could easily be 3-1 right now, but we're not. So it's one of those coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you're not. So, but I tell you right now, losing by the 38-8 game is a lot easier to accept that loss than these losing by one possession. And each game we had the ball with 2 minutes left in each game with timeouts and just couldn't get the score in. Both games we had the ball with approximately 2 minutes left each game. I think I had 3 timeouts in each game too, and I used them, of course. And we couldn't score on the last possession. 2 games. I can't really. Everyone's games are like at the same time on Sundays, so it's like you can't really go scout them. One of the teams that we face, it's like, I forget what game it is we face them, but it's in a couple weeks we face them. They played a Saturday game like 2 weeks ago, so I went to their game because our games are on Sunday, so I went to their Saturday game, so I did watch them play. But that was the only opportunity I had to scout any of the other teams. Was one of the teams had a Saturday game, so I could scout them, but all the other ones play at the same exact time that we play on Sunday, 10 a.m., so I can't really do that. Yeah, I mean, we can, but it's like people want to watch their kids. We take it pretty serious, but I mean, we're not going to. We take it pretty serious. I mean, we play in the best league in Western Pennsylvania. Like it's no joke. It's pretty serious. There's like, I don't even know how many teams. What, like 60 teams or so? I mean, it's pretty serious. But yeah, I mean, people want to watch the game, so I mean, we could definitely do that. But it's yeah. Sanchez to 150. It's serious, but it's not serious enough to have somebody miss their brothers or sons or whatever game, grandson's game to go look at another team. Ricardo to 150 for the Royals. Plus, if we're being honest, we have trouble getting people to volunteer for concessions and tickets and 50-50, let alone travel an hour to another team's game, because we face people pretty far away. We travel upwards of an hour and a half away. Lee, image variation for the Giants. Tua still gets $92 million if he retires now. Wow, that's crazy. But like I said, I mean, I go whenever I can go. I will go. So we man, the Mets with a bunch of hits. True blue. I had that opportunity to go to that Saturday game and I took it. Rodriguez, purple shim for the Mets. Man, bunch of Mets. Albies to 299 Braves. But yeah, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Definitely sucks for fantasy owners. Remember whenever Andrew Luck, I always think about this one. Whenever Andrew Luck retired and OJ Simpson, it was like OJ Simpson and his fantasy league, they did their draft like earlier that day or something, and OJ made some sort of video like complaining about Andrew Luck retiring. He's like, you couldn't have retired like 3 hours earlier or something. Like it was pretty funny little video he made. That had to have been one of the worst like bad beat fantasy bad beats with drafted Andrew Luck and then he retires out of nowhere. That would be crazy. Base auto for the Braves. J-Rod, $4.99, Seattle. Fellas, we're going to see if we can do this basketball mixer after this. I mean, worst case scenario, it's breaking tomorrow 100%. So if you grab a team tonight and it doesn't quite come full circle and break tonight, that basketball mixer that's 10% off, it's 1,000,000% breaking tomorrow. We're trying to break it tonight, though, after this. But just saying. Grab a team, worst case, breaks tomorrow. Trying to break tonight. Bennett Lee, Speckle Auto, $2.99 Tigers. Garrett Cole, green to 99. Base Shimmer, Lombard Jr., Yankees. Well, what was funny was that happened to Tua, and then the commercial was that one commercial where it had like Dan Marino and Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice like coming back to play, like suiting up to play, and it was Dan Marino, oh my god, that was pretty good. I didn't laugh at it like as it happened because it was, I don't know, but like thinking back to that was so funny. Because it was against the Bills too. It was like, because that commercial, it was like Josh Allen for the Bills versus the Dolphins, and Josh Allen says something like, "What the heck?" You know, something like that about Dan Marino suiting up to come out to play for the Dolphins. And they were playing the Bills, and Tua gets hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the roast, Josh. I watched the roast. It was pretty good. I wasn't like in love with it, but it was pretty good. I mean, you know, kickoffs are pretty dangerous, but leave it the way it is. Leave it the way it is. I don't like the new rules. I mean, you know, human instinct is to like not like change. So that might be coming into play with this. Maybe it grows on me after a little while, but right now, I don't really like it. I like the, you know, I don't know. It's old school. Like the kickoff, like dangerous as hell, no doubt about it. Coming full speed down the field, but man, it's awesome seeing some big hits and seeing some big kickoff returns for touchdowns and everything. Carlos Correa to 99 for the Twins, green. This dude for the Brewers, base auto. Giants, refractor, $4.99. Yeah. I also don't like, I think the biggest issue with it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, if I interpreted this wrong, but they have to let, like, because of how everyone has to align, they have to like declare that they're going to attempt an onside kick, right? Because of the alignment of the regular kickoff. If you want to do an onside kick, you have to like declare that you're trying an onside kick. I also think that is totally bogus, and I hate that. Green auto, nice. Phillies, baby. Phillies, Frank, baby. 6-2 out of 9-9. Yeah, and have to be trailing. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I hate that, actually. Ricardo, purple to 250, KC Royals. I hate that. Like, sometimes just one of those surprise, and it doesn't happen all that often. So it's like, man, that is like the only refractor that we have got for the Padres out of all these cases so far. The rise. I just hate that. I just, it, you know, it doesn't happen all that often, but seeing one of those fake, or not fake, sneak onside kicks that you're not expecting, and that's just so much, that's just fun. That's fun. I don't know the answer to that. I haven't really looked at how the rules structured too much, to be honest with you, quite yet. So I don't know. I can't say. Did you guys ever see? I don't know if it was on. I know it's on YouTube. I don't know if it was on like a show somewhere else. But it was on YouTube. I know for sure. There's this coach that he never punts. His name, like the video is like the coach that never punts. He never punts, and
It doesn't matter if he's backed up in his own end. He never punts, and he never does a kick. He only does onside kicks. Is a high school football coach. Never punts and only does onside kicks. Basically, he like looked at the analytics of it, and this was like before everyone was talking about football analytics. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. He's a pretty cool, pretty clever guy. There's actually a new one, My Steelers. So if you like the other one that came out, the other one came out like, I don't know, 5 years ago. But he like stopped coaching for a little bit, and then he is a high school coach at a new program, and there's a new video about it. So look that up if you're interested. But basically looked at the analytics of it and said that you're better off doing that, which is pretty clever. And obviously you get really good at the onside kicks, and then think about it. If you get really, really good at it, and he was really, really good, like they would practice it a ton at practice. The other team could potentially like not get the ball. If you're scoring touchdowns and then boom, and that's what happened in this new team that he was on. This is the only reason why I'm thinking about it right now, because I watched it recently. I watched the other one way back when, but they would score, they would onside kick, boom, they have the ball, they score, and it happened like 3 times in a row. So like the other team's offense isn't on the field for like so long, and the defense is just dragging. Yeah, he never punts. He goes for it every 4th down and every single kickoff. They never kick it deep. They never ever kick it deep. It's onside kick every single time. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Churio, $4.99 Brewers. De Leon, D-backs. Lee to $1.99 Giants. Stained glass, Jordan Lawler for the D-backs, baby. Second one of these we've pulled past couple cases. Jesse G, I told you the D-backs hitting. Lawler, rookie, stained glass. Another SP. We got a Gladiators of the Diamond, stained glass, Garbage Pail Kids. What was it? 3 reds. Rojas to $2.99 Speckle Auto for the Blue Jays. Baez to $2.50 for the Braves, Purple Shimmer, and that's going to do it, my friends. Okay, real quick here, we're going to do the random for all of the International Impact cards. So we did have one numbered, and then all the other base ones. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 left, 4, 5, 6 right on the dice roll. 1, 2, 3 left, 4, 5, 6 right. 1, 2, 3 left. We got a 2, so we're going to go left side. 1, 2, 3 left. It's going to go left team. That's the Rangers on the numbered card. Left team on all. Here we go on the hit recap. 2024 Bowman Chrome Baseball full hobby case number 4. Check out the website for more Bowman Chrome. We got hobby. We got HTA. We got what you need. Check it out, wolfscardbreaks.com. Red shimmer, red Yamamoto Garbage Pail Kids, autographs. Here we go. That'll do it. Hobby case number 4. Thank you.